Hi guys, my name's Melissa, and then this week is Eating Disorder Awareness Week. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing my views and my experience with an eating disorder. I'm going to be covering a different subject each day to give you an insider of what one is and what the causes are and what the signs are to look out for. It is a very difficult time to talk about it, but I hope it just helps other people understand and how to go about looking out for the signs. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will try my very best to explain myself. And on the Friday, when I share my experience, I will try my very best not to get upset or anything. So I just hope it helps you have an insight of what an eating disorder is, what the types of eating disorders are. So enjoy the video series and stay tuned. So, what is an eating disorder? People like to explain an eating disorder to be associated with just body image. Don't get me wrong, they are kind of right, but it just involves so much more with the brain. Everything that goes on with an eating disorder happens in here, and then it has actions as well. It feels like you cannot control what you are doing because this other person is inside you and telling you what to do and how to go about it. So basically, an eating disorder is when you want to lose weight dramatically, like that. And you have these different ways of going about it. You have these people who do diet treatments and just lose a bit of weight and then they're fine. But with an eating disorder, you get addicted to losing weight. That's the main priority on your list to do. And then basically in your day-to-day life with food, you have emotions that you cannot control. You have mood swings that go from being happy to being really depressed. Because all you can think about is, oh, how am I going to avoid food? How am I not going to make myself sick? Etc. So that's what an eating disorder is. When you restrict yourself from food, when you can't stop eating, that they both come together as one in the eating disorder society. So there are many types of eating disorders, but the main one people know about is anorexia. Anorexia is basically that's when you restrict yourself from food. You go days without eating, and then you might eat something small, like a cracker. That's how serious it is. You would eat a cracker and live off that for another number of days because you can't help the feeling you get when you are with food. You hate it. And then some other types of eating disorders are bulimia and a binge eating disorder. So bulimia is when you plan out what you want to eat and then you go and get it, prepare it, yeah, and then you binge on it. You will eat large amounts of food in a short space of time, and then after you'll get thoughts saying, what the hell have you just done? You have put more weight on. Look at yourself in the mirror. And then you go down to the toilet and you make yourself purge. Which I know is not a very nice thing to talk about, but that's basically what goes on with bulimia people. You can't help the fact that you have a routine of eating and then going to the toilet. That is not normal diet plan. It is not normal. But you can't help it. That's stuck with you. Someone's telling you to do that. And it's really hard for people who have it. And then binge eating disorder is exactly the same as bulimia, but not the purging side to it. You will binge on dramatic amounts of food, and then you will feel guilty about doing it, and then you might find other ways of coping with it, but you won't make yourself sick. So that's basically the types of eating disorders there are. So the signs of an eating disorder to look out for in a relative, a friend, or yourself is their behaviour firstly. Have you noticed that they cannot stop talking about losing weight and finding other ways of losing it? Going on diets, saying, oh, I just need to lose a bit of weight, it's fine. Don't assume they have an eating disorder when they start talking about that, because everyone will have a experience in their life when they say they need to go on a diet. Everyone does it. It's just normal. But when you notice it's really common and it's gone on for a long while, I would consider asking them how they are feeling. Even though you should ask them anyway, just make sure you are there for them. And then another sign to look out for in behaviour is when they start pushing people out. When they start sitting in their room and blocking people out. They don't want to talk to people. They don't go out regularly as they should have. They stop seeing friends. They stop just doing the things they love. And that's when I come into it, because I've pushed people out. I pushed my best friend out, and now I don't see it, because I just know when I go around to people's houses, they don't make me eat. You just have a gut feeling you have to eat for their sake, because they feel guilty about you not eating. So I don't go around to other people's house to eat, because I just know I will make myself sick in their house, which is not a nice thing to talk about. It's horrible. So that's another sign to talk about. And then when the physical signs I would look out for is the dramatic weight loss. When this can be either way, you could put on weight, you could lose weight. But when it happens in a short space of time, you need to take action. That's when you need to take action, because they could end up in a hospital. And that's really hard to talk about, I'm sorry. Yeah, when you go from being your normal size, whatever you weigh, doesn't matter, you lose weight in, say, a week, you've lost, let's just say, 5 stone in 2 weeks. That is not normal. That isn't healthy. When you've put on weight, it's the same thing. When people think an eating disorder is just losing weight, it's not. You can have an eating disorder when you put on weight as well. But they like to call it something else. But it is related with eating. So, yeah. And then another main point is, sorry, I've got a script here. When you get cold in warm environments. Say if it's summer and it's scorching hot, I might be cold. I will be cold. It's not a normal thing. I could go outside now and it could be cold, and then I would be freezing like it's minus bazillion degrees. And the only reason I've got a t-shirt on today is because I've got the heater on and that's keeping me warm. I always have the heater on. I cannot go without it. Otherwise, I would literally be shivering right now. One sign I do want people to look out for, this is for women, is your periods. Your periods will come irregular. You will notice, because you're supposed to have a monthly period, you will notice you could go months or even years without having one. This is for all ages. That's what's happened to me, and that's not a nice thing to talk about. So that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give you an insight of what an eating disorder is. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And stay awesome. Stay awesome. Why would you want to stay awesome? Yeah. So that was today's video. I hope it gave you an insight of what an eating disorder is. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Stay awesome. So that was today's video. Right. Okay. No. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and just stay rocking. Okay.